White
All
Lightning.
right, well, we're one man down today, so welcome to episode 2 of 2024 for White Lightning Podcast.
White Lightning Podcast.
We haven't named this. We don't really know what we're doing, do we?
What do you mean?
The Lightning
We're just gonna-
Cast?
I like that. The
cast.
Lightning Cast. That's
All
a
right.
good one. There you go. That's what it is.
Lightning
That's
Cast.
it. Trademark.
Good brainstorm. We got that one
Yep,
figured out.
that was it. That was it.
One and done. Never
One and
changing
done.
it ever again.
Banger.
Yeah, we're one man down. Isaiah couldn't make it today, so it's just the Three Amigos. How's
Yes,
it going?
sir. But yeah, I'm hoping
pretty
this-
good.
This is how we're hoping to stay consistent, that we're just going to keep a regular recording schedule.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
if we can all make it, we can all make it. If it's 3, if it's 2,
Yeah.
if you're solo dolo.
Solo dolo. Damn, that was
You guys weren't there for that, so you don't get the
Imagine-
reference.
Yeah.
You had to be there. Yeah.
I didn't
You
get
gotta
the
be here.
reference, but I thought I'd throw it in.
Cuddy.
Apparently, Kid Cudi came out with a new album. I haven't
Oh,
listened to it,
yes.
I'm not
I don't
the
know. He
biggest fan.
fell off, though.
One of our coworkers is apparently a huge fan. We should.
Really?
Who?
The one that has a poster in his office.
Who? Cuddy?
Nick.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know.
You didn't know?
He had a Kid
Every
Cudi-
time you
Nick-
walk by his office from the bathroom.
Between Danny and the closet,
Yes.
I've been in office twice. Maybe.
Oh.
I see that poster every time I
Between
walk
Danny and
by.
the closet.
I think that's only because you've
Yeah.
seen it once, so you always recognize it. I walk past his
maybe.
office just as much as you do.
Yeah.
I have no idea
I've never
that he has.
seen
I
it.
don't know
Yeah.
he has a poster up on his wall.
Yeah, he has it.
What? It's like right
I know
behind
he
him,
had
and he's
some
got
kind
like
of poster.
the door's this
Yeah.
way. He used to
Yeah.
have it right in front of the door. Now he put it on this wall.
Oh, okay. So you
Yeah.
only see it when you're walking back towards the engineering.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, I never saw that. So I have no idea what I did.
Well, I've never had the opportunity to actually talk to him about anything, so maybe I could be like, "Hey, did you listen to that new album?"
You should have just been like live before you got like married last year and be like, "Yo, you still solo dolo?" And then you'd be like, "Hey,
Yeah. That's funny.
Fuck. Yeah, but-
I've been in his office I think like twice just to like give him some like side project thing that I was
giving Nick
working on
work?
for.
That's pretty
yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
We're working up
then-
the ladder."
Yeah. Gots to.
And then you're like, "Deuces, we're playing with robots
Yeah,
now."
fuck outta here. Yeah.
See ya.
But yeah, I never noticed any of that.
Really?
I saw
He has like
that
a little
it was
model
a
truck
poster.
too, like right under.
I know he's got that, but that's because
Yeah.
I like cars, so I was gonna see that one. I only walk in there to give him shit about his truck.
You guys are land lovers. You gotta look up.
Does he?
Yeah.
Does he have
I'm
another
definitely a
truck?
landlubber.
I know he sold his other truck. That
You know, he
like,
sold it to
modified.
the
Yeah.
welder out in the shop, right?
Yeah, someone.
Yeah,
in the
so
back,
he has like a new, I don't know how new, but Nissan Frontier.
Okay.
So I'm like, "When's your first mod?" He's like, "No, I'm not touching this one." And I was like, "Oh,
Oh, it's a
okay."
lease?
Yeah, so he went from his in Colorado, that was sick, and he built everything onto a stock Nissan Frontier. And you're like, "Hey man, come on,
Yeah.
do something." He's like, "No, I can't." It's like, I don't know. He doesn't really like.
I
the
don't
truck.
really own it.
He doesn't even really like the truck, so it's
Yeah.
like I don't blame him. But
how many people modify Nissan? What was it called?
Frontier,
Frontier.
new ones.
I don't think I've
Yeah.
seen anyone.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's
You gotta
basically
get a Toyota.
Yeah, it's basically the
100%.
knockoff Tacoma, probably.
Yeah,
I
pretty
wouldn't know.
much.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about them, but yeah, I would.
What do you guys think of the
Knockoff Tacoma.
Cybertruck? Have you seen like the new
Oh,
photos
that's a
with
good
like
topic.
the actual paint on it, like not just
Oh,
stainless?
the black paint.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've seen
no.
black paint.
You haven't seen that?
I haven't seen photos of it
Dude,
yet.
it looks.
My feed
sick.
doesn't really promote the Cybertruck, but
Yeah.
Oh.
That makes sense.
not a huge fan of those EVs.
You don't hang out with me enough.
Yeah.
True.
Well, maybe you should invite me to your rock climbing hang.
Right.
You've
I
tried.
did.
You've tried. You've tried. I denied
We
them.
can try
funny.
again. We can
You
try.
know
again.
who's dying to go?
Who?
Isaiah.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough, yeah.
I think he basically
He's
said
mentioned
it's-
it so many times the
He
last
basically
2
said
weeks.
he's bored at his house. He's got to find stuff to do. So he's like, "Are we gonna go rock climbing?"
Yeah.
It's like we
Like,
can.
that's
Like,
funny.
just message Fazal.
Yeah.
I can't
Dude,
take you.
Yeah. I go like so. I actually ended up getting a membership now
Nice.
at that place.
Did you get rid of your other gym membership? Dude, way to double dip. Nice.
There we
Nice.
go.
I couldn't make
can't
up
give
my
up
mind.
the bro life, dude.
I
can't.
couldn't make up my mind. It's because like the amenities are so good at that gym. It's just
Yeah.
like impossible to like give it up.
That's fair.
Because and the thing is, the initiation fee is what's getting me. Like if there was no initiation fee for my gym
To get back into it,
to get
basically?
back into it, like
Yeah.
if I ever change my mind about this like rock climbing,
So what? You
thing,
got a down payment on the other gym?
I mean, every gym has like $150 or
nice gyms, yeah.
$250 like initiation.
Yo, Planet
Yeah.
Fitness
So,
doesn't
like-
do me dirty like that.
That's true.
Don't even-
And they give
Crunch.
you pizza on Thursdays, so I don't have to make dinner. After
pretty good
working out,
thing.
that's actually
pretty good.
That's
That's
actually
worth
a
the
good
initiation fee.
Yeah, yeah,
That is
that's
true.
yeah. Don't they have like a
Dude,
dollar
do the math real
initiation
quick.
fee?
Well, do the math real quick. I'm just saying. So if he gets pizza,
Yeah.
is it unlimited pizza for you? Like they just have boxes of pizza?
I have no idea.
Have you never been?
No.
Wait a minute. Are we talking about? Wait a
So
minute.
that's
Are
one
we
of the
talking?
amenities you're not using.
Are we talking about Planet Fitness or
Wait,
your gym?
I'm talking about Planet Fitness.
I didn't know that. I thought you were talking about your gym.
Oh,
No.
I thought so too.
No, my gym is a real gym where they promote eating less.
Health and fitness.
Health and fitness. And
Eating
not-
less,
wait,
bro. I've
not
gotten
eating
healthier
less.
by eating enough to put on 20 pounds.
Yeah, but you're
I'm
not
doing good.
slamming slices of pizza. You're slamming.
did you see me eat those
200
sliders?
grams of protein?
Just those sliders? That was 90 grams of protein in front of
Yeah.
your face.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's the second time I've done that today.
How much
shit.
protein is in like a cheese pizza? Like -5? Like,
No, the cheese has
feel-
got some in
Yeah,
it. The
cheese.
cheese has got some in there.
no, yeah,
It's just
that's
how much
true.
pizza do you want
That's
to eat?
true. That's true.
You know,
The
6 slices of an
ratio-
extra large?
yeah.
Just don't look at the carbs.
You just have like
Don't look at the
1,000
carbs.
grams of carbs, but it's fine. Yeah.
Back to the Tesla truck. No, I've not seen it in black. Does it look better?
It looks so good.
It look mean?
Yeah, it looks really cool.
I don't know if I'm a hater,
It's because you have a Tesla.
but I feel like what?
Well,
like,
sorry, it's because you have a Model Y.
Idiot. Idiot.
It's like, yeah.
What are you trying to be a
The
mom?
Cybertruck's a Tesla too.
Yeah. No, I think I don't know. I don't get the point of it. It's like a vanity truck. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The-
Like imagine. Okay,
Dude, it's a 6x6 G wagon.
Literally,
It's the same.
no,
Why?
like, yeah.
Why do you have one of those?
yeah, true. I don't know
Wait, are you saying why the black paint? Why the truck?
why the truck.
So
But,
you get
I mean, it
money
makes
from everyone
sense.
doing $100
Yeah.
deposits on other stuff.
Or
How long
the-
ago did he do that?
the-
Wasn't it like 3 years ago? He did
It was a
this?
couple years ago. Yeah.
pre-COVID probably.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, because I remember a guy in Arizona that had his wife had an older Model S.
Oh.
And then he was like, "Yeah, dude, it's $100. I don't care. Like if I don't get it back, well,
That's
yeah,
right,
fine."
because that was
Yeah.
like the initial like deposit.
That's
crowdfunding
what. So I was
thing,
wondering, he just did it to get a bunch of $100 from a bunch of people.
basically.
Turn it in.
Yeah, and
turn
like-
it into another rocket for fucking SpaceX, probably.
Yeah. And someone who's
Just
about to
company loopholes.
buy an $80,000 car, they're not gonna look at $100.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I did see like when I think the frunk closes because of the polygon shape. There's like this really sharp corner towards
I saw
like
that review.
yeah to the
It's like the front edge of the hood.
windshield panel.
Okay.
That corner.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have any safety feature there. So like the guy put a carrot and it just completely demolishes the carrot.
Oh.
And then he put like a hot dog and just
Dude.
so like if it's a corner like this.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
a kid's just fucking around,
Well,
and
have you seen the one on the front?
that's the one I'm talking about.
Oh, well, you said by the windshield. I'm not talking about the one, but I'm talking about like the front edge, like by
talking
the
about
Oh, the front
front
edge?
where-
No, I haven't
like
seen
by
that.
there,
By
like the
the-
front edge, like above where the headlight probably is.
No, no, I
like
haven't
if
seen
you
that.
open the hood up just a little bit, it's a more aggressive angle than like this laptop corner.
Holy shit.
So it's like if you have it slightly up and you bump your hand, it looks like you'd stab yourself.
Damn.
And isn't it
It's
like
aggressive.
3 panels, like the front panel, the top panel, and the side panel, and they all meet in like this one
They're all
vertex?
perfect corners,
Yeah.
and it's just like that's asking to just stab your hand on
Yeah.
something.
Dude, that's like a death machine.
But hey,
Dude,
the
I
whole
can't
thing's a
even
fucking
imagine-
angle. So I mean,
Yeah.
are we really
Yeah.
surprised that there's sharp edges on it?
That is
I
a good
can't
point.
imagine the QC on that. Like
Tesla's QC?
mean,
Tesla's like
Tesla's car QC?
now
Yeah, it's
is
getting better.
It's not bad, especially
Yeah.
for the old cars.
Dude, when I
but
did
for
those-
the new ones, dude, that's terrible.
When I did those 5
Yeah.
weeks at Tesla, that like show.
Oh, that's right. You're an
Oh, yeah,
employee.
right.
Dude, they had
How can you shit on Tesla when you were an employee?
because
You're a former-
on
former
the floor, the Model 3 that we had displayed
Yeah.
on the floor, the hood dipped below the fender line. You could rub your hand and basically like tink.
Yeah.
Like it was
Oh,
that's
shit.
the showroom
Yeah.
floor. It's like, guys,
Yeah.
we don't have a better one in the garage to fucking bring in here. Are you serious?
Just-
it was so funny. So yeah, that was 2018.
So
Oh shit.
when I was shopping for my car, I was thinking about saving some money and maybe buying an older one. And I looked at the 2020 because the model release year was first year
Yours is
was
21?
2020. Mine's 22.
Okay.
So yeah, and I was looking at that and there were so many complaints that when you close the door, it felt like the outside panel would separate from the inside panel.
Oh
If you
shit.
close it too hard, like that's how flimsy it was. Like at 20,
Damn.
the first years, but then when I got mine, I was like super happy because I saw some of the
Closes like a German
2022s.
car and you're
Yeah,
like, oh, thank you.
it's not like a German car at all, or not yet.
Not yet. Yeah.
But-
well, it's hard to match the thunk of a fucking
Right.
German car.
Also, it's like it's like frameless doors, so it's always
that's
hard
true.
to get the frameless doors.
That's fair.
You know?
Yeah, they're never
you that.
going to
So-
be super strong.
Hopefully,
sounding.
yeah. But I can just from like an engineering perspective, I can't imagine like the adjustability that's built into the back side of the frame or like back side of the panel to like adjust one corner. Like imagine adjusting that.
Well, yeah, that's like
That'd be a nightmare.
But I think that's where people got a lot of maybe disrespect or
Yeah.
dislike towards Tesla's QC.
Yeah.
If you're going to bring a new car to market, every other car manufacturer has figured it out.
Yeah.
That is true.
Why can't you guys figure out how to not have the worst panel gaps anybody's seen in a long time? And it's not to say that
Damn.
not to say that you can't get other cars. Like I think is it Aston Martin? For a while they were still like hand put together in,
Oh, yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
England. They had horrible body gap because they hand put them together.
Yeah, of
So
course.
they have to hold it probably just like you're saying and
Yeah.
dial in a door gap. It's like that's a craftsman thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, when you're an automation and electronics and a data company, like you
Yeah.
should have enough robots to figure out why can't we torque the door down in the right spot to get rid of the gap.
Yeah.
Right.
The bigger three auto manufacturers, at least in the US, do it.
Yeah.
So I remember that being kind of a thing. Like if you're going to come out with a revolutionary car and you can't get the door gap right, it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
there's probably some other stuff underlying. But
That is true.
like you said, they've gotten better.
They've gotten
I think
better,
I think the
that's the
gap's
thing.
gotten better. I
Yeah.
don't know about anything else about it.
Yeah.
It's also like the cars aren't that complicated either. It's not. I mean,
No.
technology wise, they might be,
Right.
but design wise, it's not like they're reinventing anything. The cars looks like a sedan, looks like a
Like their CD's
SUV.
really good, right? So I mean, like
Yeah.
like
Oh, in that sense,
they're
yeah.
theoretical and
They're-
how they're designed
right.
is good, but
Yeah.
it's not like they've got insane body.
It's not like it's
panel
a Bel Air.
underlays.
I don't
You
know
know?
because like
If you feel like you've got 1,000 chrome pieces to line up and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, they don't fit.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like it's just a door gap. So yeah, I get that.
That's all I'm saying.
there's I don't know, there's a lot of shit because like you have for an ICE engine, right, you're gonna need like just for the engine block, right, you're gonna need like a 5-axis CNC to like mill out the engine
Or a bunch of
right.
fucking processes.
Like,
on
none
a
of
bunch
that-
machines.
applies for electric cars, so he has to create like the entire manufacturing process for electric motors. You
Yeah, but aren't
you
electric
know.
motors more simple than an ICE engine? So shouldn't you have less things to worry about?
Internal combustion.
well I think it's, I don't know if it's
Maybe not
less
less.
complicated because if you look at the windings concentration matters
Okay.
for electric motors.
Okay.
Your element for the separator in the middle where the metal that the winding is for your Faraday, all this like
Is that
Your
is that
Ohm's laws.
is that just like an ICE engine? Is that also basically like a mathematical equation? Like he should be putting a certain amount of winds on the however the electric motor is
Yeah.
going to put together.
Yeah.
Should be the same every time, right? Just like the engine should be the same every time.
Yes.
How many components make up the electric motor versus an internal combustion engine?
Yes, 100%.
That's where I'm like,
for sure.
He's got less stuff theoretically
Right.
to
To
worry about.
worry about
That's true.
when putting that mechanical part
Less
of it together.
components, 100%.
Implementation.
Yeah.
You need fucking air, spark, and fuel for an
Right.
ICE. Like, you can dial that in still.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't have to be that complicated.
That's
versus
true.
here, fuck up how much power you put to your motor. It's like, you're gonna burn it.
Net.
That's how I look at it.
Net. EVs are definitely simpler to make.
Yes, but
100%.
but the processes weren't there, which is what your point is.
Yeah, which is what my point was. I think in one of the interviews he was also talking about how for car parts all the electronics were at like what 12 volts.
yes.
And then the
Yeah, closer to 12 volts.
highest voltage was like 48 volts for some like
Diesels will usually have two batteries and they'll run 24. So that's
okay.
and that's most diesel trucks, but that's not like heavy duties like
Yeah.
semis and stuff like that. Bigger diesels are probably 48 volts.
right. And then
So, yeah.
the industry when EVs were starting to come up, the industry was moving to these like stop start like beefed up
Yep.
generators or starters.
Yeah, because they
and those were running on
the
48
auto start
volts.
stops.
Right.
Oh,
And
okay.
I think Mercedes was running on 48 volts
Okay.
for that. So like none of the, because my Tesla I think is like 300 some volts. Like
Right.
none of that stuff existed for like controllers, inverters, and all that. So he has to like redesign that or work with third party companies to reinvent basically. So there was a lot of innovation, I guess. of the internal components.
Yeah.
So maybe the details of like aligning the panels was missed in the start, and
Which-
it makes sense. But
yeah.
like,
Right.
there's no excuses. Obviously,
You'd rather have
for it.
door gaps than all your motors fail.
Yeah. You would rather have
All batteries still
yeah.
catch on
Yeah.
fire. It's
Yeah.
like, ooh, let's fix that problem.
as
Like,
soon as you
yeah.
floor your it's not gas pedal. As soon as you
Accelerator
the accelerator, you feel like a little static
Rip.
shock in your butt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's why it feels faster. You're just getting shocked while you're driving.
Fuck yeah, that is scary.
Yeah.
I have a bass amp, the big black one that's in the corner.
Yeah, yeah.
And that thing's not grounded. So
Oh, yes,
when I'm
yeah.
when I'm playing it, I'll get like
Dude, I
I'll
thought
load
you were
up.
talking about in your car. I was like, you're just
No,
dangling
but that's,
ground
but
wire in
that's
the
what
car.
I'm saying. You imagine you're in your Tesla and like the whole time you are charging up, and then you step out of it and just like,
Do you remember how he'd always shock everybody at work?
Oh yeah, dude.
Dude, today I saw him
my
say
God.
goodbye to Emiliano, and
Yeah.
he's like pulling his sleeve back to give him like a fist bump because
Yeah.
he's like they just shock each other. I'm like,
Oh,
dude,
that's
Power
good.
Rangers over here in the corner, just powering up before we
Unite.
leave.
just like slowly coming and then just.
That's crazy.
What do you guys know what like hybrids were, like a Prius? Like, do you know were they running on 300
Voltage
volts?
wise?
Yeah, like
I have no idea.
I don't
because
know.
they
That's a
would
good
charge,
question.
right?
Very curious.
Well, those don't, but that's
Yeah.
different. But some that are still hybrids that have charging, like I don't know what they would run off of because I doubted
don't
they'd
know.
be running a 300 volt system on a small battery. They
I
don't
am-
need as much voltage to come out of it for their hybrid system. I don't think.
Maybe they had more. Maybe who knows? Maybe it was about the same
Yeah.
voltage, and it was just because maybe the motor was less efficient.
Yeah.
So,
Less draw too, so maybe they don't.
that too. Because I imagine the Prius doesn't have as many sensors, or I mean, they didn't
I don't
really
know,
do
that new
much
one's
to
sick
the
as fuck,
Prius.
though.
That new one's so sick.
Do you like how it looks?
Beautiful,
Yeah, I
Alright,
love it.
cool. Like almost everybody I've asked,
dude.
has been
Whoever
like, dude,
designed that car needs an award.
Honestly,
I'm so convinced that somebody from Lexus jump shipped and then like decided to downgrade to Toyota and like we're gonna make this car cool.
Dude, if that's the case,
I mean,
that's
Toyota's
awesome.
been doing that for all the cars. Like even the new 86 looks sick.
Yeah, they've been up in the styling game.
Yeah.
From being just like, oh yeah, Lexus is way cooler than
Yeah.
us to like, we can make cool stuff.
And all the TRD
who just did that?
Dude, yeah, the
trim
Supra
levels,
is beautiful.
all the TRD levels, like the Camry has a TRD,
I think so.
and that looks sick.
Dude, they've. That's like we were driving home and I think every Japanese company's doing because there's a HPD Pilot, a Honda
yeah.
Performance Division Pilot. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
that's a 7-seater
It looks
like
so cool.
like family car, and it's got like different wheels and graphics and all that stuff on it. It's like,
Yeah.
what are they doing? I was like, it's a Pilot.
Yeah.
I can't wrap my head around it. You thought it was pretty cool, but I was
I
like,
thought it was awesome.
I was like, what are they doing to a Pilot? Just
It's
let
the
it, just let it be a
same reason why
7-passenger
you
car.
would
Like,
put,
I don't
like, a-
understand.
Why would you put a V8 or a V10 in like a Suburban?
Because America. Why do you think they did? Do you know that they had
Japan.
they had 8.1 liter V8 options for the Suburban? You could special order
Holy
that.
shit!
The black truck that my family had before the red one that I got to drive in high school. My dad, that was the first like new truck my mom ever got. So my
Yeah.
dad, like, they built and ordered a truck.
Okay.
Well, they didn't need a diesel and we didn't tow anything.
Okay.
Okay. The option, if you don't want to get the diesel but you
Yeah.
want like everything else, is you get the 8.1 liter Vortec 8100.
God.
So it's a in case you are more comfortable with cubic inches, it's a
Yeah.
496 big block.
Damn.
That's what was in just a, oh yeah, here's a 2500 truck.
Yeah.
There you go. It gets 8 miles to the gallon.
I was just gonna say, like,
was horrible.
5 miles to a
Shit.
gallon
it
or
was
something.
horrible.
Yeah.
But it had like their bulletproof transmission, a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, like America puts 8 liter V8s in trucks in 2005 still.
That's what I'm saying. That's
That's
why.
hilarious.
Why can't Honda do it? I was,
I mean, they made the
Honda
LFA.
ain't about that life, dog.
They made
That's
the
why they've
LFA.
never been about that life.
oh man.
They're making 496 Camaros. It's like, what are we doing? It's like trying to die. Honda's like, let's see how efficient we can make this 4-banger Civic. And then
guys-
everyone buys it in the 70s and then ruins American car market. But that's okay.
That's okay. That's all. In
We
the
wouldn't be
past.
where we are today.
Yeah.
It's a little off topic, but
Yeah.
are there any lakes in Arizona?
Yeah, there's lakes. There's we
That
got
you could,
Bartlett Lake, Saguaro Lake, Havasu, Powell. But many of those are reservoirs. So it's man-made reservoirs to
Can you take a boat out there?
Yeah, a bunch of places. Yeah, you got boats and you can do that kind of stuff. So you can tow, you can have, there's
That's
also
what I
like
was gonna say.
ATVs and like there's dirt trails and stuff. So
You think your dad wanted the truck to get a boat?
He had a boat at his first house. Him and I think him and one of his buddies had split ownership of a boat and then kept it at his
smart,
house.
Nice.
Yeah, because they were both
Yo,
like, yeah, we're not
speaking
owning a
of-
boat on our
Yeah.
own. Like that's
Yeah.
insane.
Speaking of split ownership, I have a pitch for you.
I got a good idea.
So,
Izzy's on board.
Okay.
Izzy's on board. just petitioned for you
so
to
this
stop.
morning,
I don't know what to expect. Yes.
this morning, we're just talking. We're talking about how
So
cool it would be to
like gym day this morning.
yeah, very
Like
light.
gym day. Okay.
It's a mental gym day too.
Oh, okay.
It was more mental than physical.
I slept like
Seems
shit.
like you
It
were-
was just we did not have the energy to
I
do
was
like a
feeling-
leg day.
I
It was
slept
rough.
like shit too.
I
Yesterday.
actually didn't sleep that bad, but
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling it either. I wasn't feeling leg day today. But anyways, we were talking about. Have you heard of homesteading?
Yes.
Yeah, how like now people are, they buy a plot of land and they'll have chickens and
Right.
they'll all that stuff, vegetables, blah blah.
Right. Right.
Well, we were talking.
How does that make you feel?
How does that make you feel, Fazal?
And when I say homesteading, what comes to mind? Do you regret those people? Are you
hippie.
resentful?
Pretty close to Tesla owners.
That's why I went resentful. I was like, he's the only EV owner here. He's like, hey, what about living off the grid
Yeah.
and get away from everything?
True.
I don't know about like growing chickens and like farming your own eggs and stuff. Like I can't see myself doing that.
Yeah.
But I can definitely live off the grid in terms of electricity wise.
Yeah,
I want to
about that.
do
That'd
that
be sick.
eventually. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, how do you feel when you hear the word community?
Great.
Good.
Depends on the
That's good.
context.
That's good. That's good.
Check mark. Good.
Check.
Good.
All right, all right.
Community is
You're
good.
still on the right path.
So this
he doesn't
morning,
need chicken eggs, but that's okay.
so stupid.
So making a self-sufficient community. you
Let's
Kanye
not say
West?
that too loud. Let's not say that too loud.
don't
Other
need
people
anybody
are
else to
ready
hear
for
that.
that. But
Yeah.
anyways, so we found a 20-acre plot of land near Oviedo for $195,000,
Okay.
Okay, so that's like 10 grand an acre.
more or less.
Right?
That's
Okay, so when you hear that
great
math, that
pricing.
sounds pretty good, right?
That's great pricing.
Okay,
Great
all right,
pricing.
cool. We don't know how livable that area is yet, but
Oh,
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. It's
we
just
have to
woods
do
right
some
now.
surveying.
But this is
Woodard.
America.
This is America.
And this is Florida.
Just dump some dirt, it'll be fine.
Axes exist.
This is yeah. Oh, you mean in terms of okay, livable in that sense?
Can we build on this 20 acres?
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Or is it a
I
swamp?
thought you meant like livable in terms of like Pine Hills livable.
Oh,
In Oviedo, yeah, we're safe.
Okay,
right,
okay,
Okay.
all right, all
We'll be
right.
okay. Occasional gunfire. it's fine.
anyways, yeah, we were just talking about that. We were talking about how fun fantasy would be to buy that plot and then just split it with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And just have a little community, and then
You
everyone
get an
just
acre, you get an
get an
acre,
acre.
you get an acre, everybody gets an acre, and then here's your house, here's your homesteading, we can take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
Like say somebody's just a chicken farmer and everyone
Yeah.
gets fresh eggs every morning.
Yeah.
It's like cool. It was like somebody's taking care of the solar system, right? Or the
Solar panels.
Solar
Solar
panels.
system.
solar system
system.
for community.
Making sure Jupiter comes back.
Gotta get that methane on that moon,
oh
baby.
right.
shit. Yeah, because we started doing the math on this,
Yeah.
and it's not the sexiest thing, but you could get one of those those shipping containers. You could buy one of those things and furnish it on the inside and have it so that it's dependent on electricity. You need to be on the grid. You need to be, have utilities. But what would be the overall cost? It'd probably be fairly cheap compared to a regular mortgage. So you could probably knock that out way faster, and you knock out your mortgage.
So as you
Well-
transition from being part of the grid
Yeah.
to taking care of things like, okay, well, I'm growing my own food, so I'm saving more money. It's like I'll pay
Right.
more of my loan off, or you're getting more solar energy, so then I'm needing less from the grid, or my electric bill goes down. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
I'll dump more of that in my loan. So try to inverse the system so that you can take care of this loan quicker.
Yeah.
And since you don't have that giant overhead of $500,000 house,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you can knock it out fairly quickly, and slowly but surely you get a well. Now I don't got to pay
Water
water.
bill's gone.
Now get solar panels, set that up, set an array. Now I don't need electricity. I got a bunch of batteries.
Is your mind turning right now? You think?
My mind is turning in so many different ways because I do eventually want to do this. I don't know about a community,
Yeah.
but I eventually do want to. I eventually do want to kind of live off the grid. I don't I don't know enough about well water and all that kind of stuff.
It's
so
okay.
I'm not
You're the
really
EV
sure.
guy, so you'll do
Yeah.
solar.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
you and I
we'll-
say take care of
else
electricity.
We'll keep that to the Floridian.
Dig dug.
Yeah.
I'll dig.
Yeah.
I'll find water.
There we go. We can do that.
Won't be hard.
And solar panels are so easy to like source and install. You just need like a licensed electrician to just flip the switch on the main
Isaiah.
thing. And that's
Or
it.
just have Isaiah.
Yes. Future licensed.
See, exactly. See, there we go. Let him take another test. He's taken 1,000 tests before.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's taking a couple tests this week.
I feel like he has enough credibility in the electricity department.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He knows
Well,
way
at least
more
for him
than-
to be like, let's try it.
Yeah.
And taps into power says, let's try it. See what happens.
Whatever.
Fuck it. Let's see what happens.
I've blown up enough capacitors. It's fine.
Shit.
Puts a real small breaker in just to see if it does it. Like fucking blows it. And he was like, all right, so we're making good power.
So
We're
I
making
guess
good power.
so we can run a fridge off this.
That's where we'll put the eggs.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's good. All right, we're working.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Eggs refrigerated or not?
Well, if they're not already
refrigerated.
refrigerated, then they don't need to be refrigerated. That's what I've heard. If you're getting it from the chicken,
Oh.
you don't put it in the fridge first. That's like certain store bought. Like I've heard that for like
That's true. I never
you don't
paid
buy
attention to that.
ranch dressing like in the fridge aisle, right?
Right.
Nope.
And obviously when you open it, you put it in the fridge.
There might be reasons why you can put it on the shelf.
Yeah. But my point is that there are some people that get it and then put it in the fridge,
Yeah,
whether it's- and then
yeah.
like you can't take it back out now.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
what I've heard.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking of that logic in terms of eggs, where I've heard the same thing, where like they're fresh from the chicken. As long as you put them in maybe a dry area,
Yeah.
then you've got more time than you do if you pull out a refrigerated egg and set it on the counter. It's like that's gonna go bad quick. That's what I've heard. What do you?
I don't
Didn't
know.
your grandpa
know
farm?
about
He's
this.
got chickens in Puerto Rico, right?
Yeah, he's always had chickens, and he had them here for a while. I think he would still refrigerate them, but I don't know, because I say this because produce in South America, and I don't know if it's like this in like Asia.
Yeah.
But in South America, they'll keep them on a shelf, like not refrigerated. They'll just be sitting out. But for the most part, it is because you have like the local markets. You'll go out, get fresh produce that day,
Right.
or like for the 2 days.
Yeah.
It's right there in the corner. It's not like you're going to Walmart and planning out like 2 weeks worth of groceries and
Yeah.
trying to shelf your food.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it is a little different.
Yeah, I feel like if you had a few chickens, you're getting like 3 or 4 eggs a day, and you're only going to eat 2 that day. I was like, leave them
Yeah.
out, like you
Yeah.
can eat it that night or in the morning. I wouldn't see that being a problem.
Yeah.
I'm actually already warming to the idea of growing chickens and farming your own.
Good. What can
Dude,
we talk-
chickens
what do
are
we need to talk about
awesome.
next?
I love
chickens.
chickens.
Are awesome,
Dude,
Yeah.
I want-
Until you like name them and then you
No.
fried chicken.
No. Here's it. You get a bunch of hens
feel like-
just for eggs.
fried chicken.
Yeah,
oh,
just for
okay.
eggs.
Okay.
Then you do like what you do when you do pig roast, and you
Yeah.
just get a pig, you fatten it up, and you kill it. Don't become friends with this pig.
Okay.
This pig is food.
It's
so you would get
strictly
chickens where you just
transactional.
get them big.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right,
Yeah.
your dinner in 2 months. It's like, I'm gonna eat you.
Okay.
Don't name those ones. All the ones
okay.
giving you eggs,
Yeah.
name the shit out of
Hell
those
yeah.
things.
Okay.
True.
Yeah, but you know
It's a
about
dangerous
like
It is a dangerous game.
yeah.
My grandpa had, sorry to keep
yeah,
cutting you
yeah.
off. My grandpa, he had a couple, but he lives in a like it's not a gated community, but it's a nice community
Okay.
with an HOA.
Oh.
And he set up like a chicken coop in the back.
Guessing that one wasn't appreciated.
Yeah.
So we I'll show you guys the pictures afterwards, but I had like this one little chicken that from a baby, like I would put it on my hand and it would just lay just straight back.
No
like
way.
this. It would just lay
sick.
flat.
That's crazy.
And like
So
I
the
kept
two-legged
doing
dogs.
it as
Yeah.
it would get bigger.
Yeah.
And it was like a big ass chicken, and I would just like hold it like this, and I'd be like, it was awesome. I love
That's
that thing.
so sick.
And then he killed all of them because the HOA found out.
So his immediate response was not get rid of them. It was get rid of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Old school mentality.
At least,
Yeah.
at least
Just
you didn't
chickens.
throw away the chicken.
Got good
They're just
protein out of it.
chickens.
Yeah, I
So
mean, yep. Shit. So
we got a lot of eggs from those fucking things. A lot
don't
of
they
eggs.
make like?
That's.
Don't you only
know.
need like 3?
I was about to say I don't know
chickens?
how
What
many
was the
eggs
stat?
they lay. I don't know what.
I'm
their
not sure
rate
what
is.
their rate is,
Yeah.
but assuming it's one a day.
I heard like
Isn't
based
that
on
crazy? Think about that.
Yeah,
They pop an egg out a day.
yeah, that's nuts.
Or even if it was half an egg a day, so you have 12 chickens, you get
2
6
days.
eggs a
Yeah.
day. That's a dozen in 2 days.
You better like eggs.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I got
Someone else had a
tired of
point.
eggs, man.
You get.
And that's the reason why I said
got tired of
community,
it.
because it's like,
yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna eat eggs
Okay.
today.
yeah,
It's
it's
I
like,
got
hey,
extra
for all
eggs.
you want some eggs, I got
Okay.
fucking.
But what if everybody wants to eat eggs?
Get fucked.
Get more chickens.
You take a consensus. It's like,
Yeah.
do you think we need more chickens? Yeah, obviously. Do you think we need more chickens? Like, yeah, we could use some more. It's like, all right, we'll get a chicken more.
Okay.
Or we'll get
Incubators
a,
are cool.
We'll get a rooster.
Yeah.
Incubators are cool.
We'll pick our favorite hen, and then we'll let that egg be another chicken
Yes.
instead of eating it.
Anyways, we
Yeah.
kept cutting you off. What were you saying?
I was saying, in my culture, we have to like sacrifice goats and stuff. So like, I've always wanted to, kind of have a farm or like,
To do the ritual.
yeah, or eat cows or goats or sheep or chicken. So like, I've always kind of in the back of my mind wanted to have like a farm, like maybe 10 acres or something. When I retire, this is what I imagine myself retiring at, like being
Retiring at
off-grid.
40.
Whenever that time is. I don't want to put a, but we can say
I don't want to put
40.
labels on this or
want- yeah.
anything.
Oh, but I don't want to be 60 with 10 acres and have to mow this fucking.
Yeah, hell yeah.
True.
Actually, yeah.
Goats,
Get a
goats
cow.
for the
Get a
win.
cow and goats, yeah.
You remember Hercules, where the goats just like
Oh yeah, yeah.
And they just fucking mow there. It's like, oh, perfect.
Yeah. I mean, by then,
He's all 60 with like 40 goats. He's like, my 10 acres are perfect.
by time, oh shit. Yeah.
Keep going. Keep going.
So, yeah. So I always imagine like being kind of off grid and then
Yeah.
having like a work shed or something like that in the back, and then a bunch of animals, a variety of animals on the same land, and then probably kind of incorporate my close family with there too. So like maybe there would be 3 homes spread out on
Yeah.
like 10 acres or something.
Have you
So
had
that's
the sa-
pretty much a community.
Have you had that same thought?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know what it is about our generation, but I've had that exact same fucking thought
Really?
too. But the thing that gets frustrating me is that I don't want it to be like when I retire, and
Yeah.
typical retirement age is like 60 to 65.
Yeah.
I refuse to let that dream wait 40 more years
Yes.
to be feasible.
Yeah.
That's why we need to start with a community where we just split 20 acres.
I think I don't think it's like
Because then once you're done, it's like, ah, cool. Yeah.
it's 100% work in progress, right? So you got to first buy the land.
Should we make
and
a
then
shack
buy
at his
3.
property?
I brought that up.
I mean, we could make
Remember?
a chicken coop in his property.
We can. There's no HOA.
Let's just raise chickens here.
Yeah.
We could do that and just get a bunch of eggs.
Let's just make let's make a little shed, right?
I'm excited.
And then on top of the shed we like clear out the canopy of trees
Yep.
or something so we get sunlight. And then the all the electronics for the chicken coop
yeah.
is controlled.
I love how you already thought
if
about
they- I've
already
electronics
thought
for the
about this.
chicken
They
coop.
need a little heater. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
cool. There we go. They need a
Yeah.
little light. It's like,
Shit,
all right,
that's
You got
funny.
good.
yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a fully automated chicken coop.
Yeah.
Dude,
You get some
Arduino the shit out of that thing.
Hell
I've
We
yeah.
can
seen
totally
I've
do
seen
this.
I've seen really cool modular ones where they'll use PVC and they'll
Yeah,
have
for
like
chicken coops?
telescopic
Yeah,
telescopic
dope.
coops. So like whenever it's time to go inside, they'll just pick it up, slide it back in.
Yeah.
Oh,
and,
like the
like,
grazing
I've seen
area.
Yeah,
They just,
exactly.
like, close it off.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Actually, I remember watching. Do you ever watch Clarkson's Farm? Jeremy Clarkson's thing on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yes.
So he got chickens at one point, but it was
Did
to
he?
help like fertilize the area that he was at. So it was like them also eating up like the poop from the cows, but then also just like by stamping on it, they refertilize the ground. So he got like 3 of these like fancy ass mobile chicken things, and it
Yeah.
like auto retracts out, and it's got this fence built out of it.
Oh,
and then like at night it brings it in,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
usually
yeah,
just
I
pick it up,
remember
wheel
that.
it, and move it to the next spot.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like a fancy
Sick.
version.
It's-
Yours sounds like the
It gets
Etsy version,
expensive.
Yeah.
and then his sounds like
Legit.
like
His is
the
like-
Mercedes version.
Yeah.
Yeah. His is
Mine sounds
actual
like
money.
that the guy that watched that video was like, I could do that. Yeah. He went to Home
Way better
Depot.
way. Yeah. I can do it for cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were talking about that this morning. We think that like I get more homesteading videos and more. I've gotten a few more things on like canning too, which is I haven't looked into that
Dude,
at all. But
okay.
that like to see people have
Food
like
preservation is so interesting.
yeah
Because obviously like those are skills that have been useful for like 2,000 years or whatever.
the test of time.
Huh?
The test of time.
Exactly.
time, yeah.
So like I get a lot of
make food
videos of
last
like
longer.
Italian families, like you know, like your more traditional Italian families they'll just can a shit ton of tomatoes. Like today's tomato day,
Yeah.
and the whole family gets together and everyone's boiling
Cutting it
water,
up, doing all the
getting their
thing.
jars, like boiling them. Like
Yeah.
the other ones are exactly like they're cutting up the
prepping.
tomatoes, and you know, it's a whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I said that. I forgot where I was going.
Community.
Canning, food preservation.
Yeah, just food preservation. I think it's interesting because we are spoiled by having fruits year round, but just that's not how things work at all.
Yeah.
So like, it would be interesting also to kind of have that experience of like, well, February there are no mangoes, so you gotta wait till fucking June.
That's
You know what I
kind of
mean?
why I want like a greenhouse. I really would like to the idea of like trying to be able to control
Year round.
Yeah, trying to be able to control temperature and humidity in a room to be able to try
Yeah.
to grow things.
It's
more or less
sounding
year-round.
very much like genetically modification.
I'm just working with nature.
Because I think hydroponics is cool too. but it's
Hydroponics is
just-
cool too, but that's not natural.
Exactly. So
That's
it's
not
like,
organic.
But is it an efficient way of farming? I don't care if it's organic.
I don't know.
Is it more
don't know.
efficient? Am I getting?
This is going into
it's-
another
it
weed
gets
of
into
organic
exactly.
versus
It gets
not
into
organic.
these weird things
We're not
of
talking about that.
Yeah, like is organic truly organic?
my fiance
I
brought
don't
that
think
up
you're going
once.
to get anything nowadays that you're going to be able to get organically.
100%
Yeah.
not. Yeah,
So yeah, it's a fucking scam.
yeah,
Yeah, and exactly.
Let me sum it up. It's a fucking scam.
It's a scam.
Well, I think it's a misconception, right? Because people think organic equals healthy, and that's
Oh.
not necessarily the case.
Let me ask you this.
point.
Let me ask you this. So there are 3 grades of milk, right? I guess skim milk, not the other nut milks, but like regular cow milk.
Okay.
So,
There's
like,
like skim milk,
Whole milk, like
there's
2%.
whole milk, and 2% milk.
Okay.
Right. That's like the most common.
Yeah,
Probably
agreed.
the most sold. 2% is probably 2% fat.
I believe
That's usually what it
is.
says, yeah.
I think that's what it is.
What's
yeah.
whole milk fat percentage?
100.
No, I think it's like. Do you know? Are you asking rhetorically?
Yeah.
Okay, what is it?
It's like, I don't know exactly, but
Yeah.
it's 3.6 or 3.8.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I was
it's-
gonna, I was gonna
So
say like
whole
I
milk
was gonna
is-
say like 10. I didn't know how high, how fatty it got.
Yeah.
But okay.
It's like give or take plus or minus, a percent.
So
It's
a little bit fattier.
literally a percent more.
Imagine
like,
pouring out a cup of milk
I didn't know this
and then
until
like
like
adding a percent more of milk and
Yeah.
be like whole milk.
yeah.
that's
so
what I'm
all those people. I can't do whole milk because like my
2%. 2%.
is literally a percent more.
I didn't think about that. Yeah.
I didn't
No,
know
that's
this.
like a total marketing
yeah.
scam then.
Yeah. So like, what's organic?
4%.
What's yeah, right? Like, what is this?
Just keep
shit.
one more standard deviation. with it.
Yeah.
Another percent.
Man, when I
keep
found
changing the
that
name.
out like a couple months ago, I was like, shit, I'm just drinking whole milk from now on.
Dude, I've been drinking whole milk.
Here's something that I
There's
started
no
doing that too,
guilt.
if I get it.
Yeah.
Then this would be something I would think of if I was listening to this.
Yeah.
What's skim milk?
Water and milk.
What's so like? Is
I'm
it?
assuming. I don't know.
Is it 1% fat? Is it no fat? That's I didn't know if
Yeah.
you knew that part of it.
No, I
I'm
didn't- I
curious.
didn't
It's gonna
know.
make me want to
No,
go look it
yeah.
up.
Yeah. I want to
Well,
look it up.
it's just
actually.
that's what I think. Milk is like really interesting substance.
Did I heard?
'Cause-
Okay.
Go on. I've got a
Dude, do you know
viewpoint on
what
this, too.
buttermilk is?
Buttermilk.
It's not milk.
No.
It's like the substance that comes out after you make butter.
Okay.
And then that buttermilk,
Yeah.
if you mix it with meats, that's why a lot of recipes will call for buttermilk, because there's a protein in buttermilk that breaks down the protein and makes it more tender. So that's why
okay,
you'll put it
okay.
in your chicken or your steak and all that
Steak
kind of
and
stuff.
Okay, that makes sense.
So that's on top of milk just being milk, it
milk
has the
product.
properties of being butter, whipped,
Yeah.
whipping cream, like
Yeah.
cheese.
Right.
It can do that kind of stuff. It's
Yeah.
like
So do you? I heard somewhere like that. There's a guy in Arizona that was part of a car club, and he like stopped dealing with dairy. But his point of stop dealing with dairy
Yeah.
was the idea that it's like the only milk that we normally consume when we grow up is say it's breast milk.
yeah,
Right.
mama milk.
Okay. Why are you taking breast milk from another animal?
I thought that
So,
too.
so he immediately was like, "Why would we eat all these? This is just breast milk from some
Yeah.
other animal. Like
Yeah.
no other animal does this.
I
No
do.
cow is gonna go up to a goat and be like, "Yo, sick tits," and try to get milk. It's just not gonna happen. So it's like somehow we've been convinced that
Yeah.
getting milk from the cow is part of our diet.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Dude, I agree. But then from the video that you sent this morning with those ticks,
Yeah.
it's like, then why would the government be trying to make us allergic to beef?
I don't know.
Because Chick-fil-A is involved.
That's how they're making back their money for being closed on Sunday.
More chicken.
They have a monopoly on chickens.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A's been buying all the beef farms.
To the uninformed, there's a study or this news that came out in 2019 that the government had released or were experimenting with
I think, yeah.
these white. What were the ticks
They
called?
call them Lone Star.
Lone Star ticks.
Basically had like a white dot on their back.
Okay.
So
like
regular
a star.
ticks, if you get bit by them, you'll get Lyme disease.
If it happens
Yeah.
multiple times, you have a chance
You can-
of contracting Lyme's disease.
Right.
From
Lyme disease sucks. But
Could be
with this one, with those
deliberating,
Lone Star ticks, there's this thing called that you can get this disease called alpha gal.
Okay.
And alpha gal is a specific disease that targets a protein in beef that if you eat beef, it makes you sick.
So if you get bit by it,
You
and
can't
contract
consume beef.
You'll basically get ill every time you consume normal beef. How cool is that?
That's
Isn't that cool? Where they just release ticks into the environment that make
That's
you sick
science.
to your own food.
yeah.
And
Thanks,
I was like,
government.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what they want to do with the whole like malaria, mosquito thing, right? Is it malaria?
It would be
Yeah, it
malaria
was-
if it's
yeah,
mosquitoes,
it was
yeah.
malaria.
The mosquito, yeah, like in
yeah, the Bill Gates mosquitoes.
right,
That
yeah,
no one,
yeah, the Bill
fuck, I
Gates
forgot about that too.
mosquitoes. Yeah, genetically
What
modified.
year was that? We got to add it to our
mosquitoes.
calendar.
We were
2035.
Dude, we were trying to keep track of all the bullshit that happened in 2023.
Oh,
and there
the
are
month-
so
the
much
month just-
shenanigans.
Oh my God.
So many.
It was wild.
yeah.
We don't have to get into it. but-
Skim milk, 0.5%.
Ah.
Yeah, but anyways, the
Thank you.
thing.
Thanks for that. Yeah, thanks for sharing.
Yeah. So
Is Fazal or Jamie today? Thanks.
Yeah,
thanks, Jamie.
okay, so since I'm here, I might as well give all
Educate
the other
us.
stats.
Okay.
So skim milk is either from 0 to 0.5%. 1% is 1%. 2% is 2%. And whole milk is not 100%. It's 3.25%. So
Dude, then
a percent and a quarter more. But they
That
call
is
it whole
crazy.
milk.
That is crazy to think that there are people that are like, "Oh no, I can't do whole milk," and you're
Yeah.
like, "Why?" Now that I know that, I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
"Why?"
But
Like,
here's
"That's too
another-
much fat. It's like it's a percent more. A percent.
1% more.
Dude.
I didn't know you could notice a percent. But all right.
did you
Yeah.
keep
Here's
up
a
with
dollar.
like
Keep track of that penny, bitch. I was like, what? What? Like, yeah, that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
did you keep up with any of the Cat Williams stuff that happened like the last
God.
2
No.
weeks? All right. It
I
doesn't
didn't
matter.
either for a while, but the
didn't?
funny,
Okay,
the
okay.
context before he goes into it is that I started seeing a bunch of memes on my social media feeds that was like Cat Williams being like doing these weird things from like some podcast, and I was like, just started random. I was like,
Yeah.
all right, he must have done something.
Yeah, it's like the meme of like, it is not like you to align yourself with.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and I'm like, that's creepy, but like, all right, that's funny, and then just would keep. Never thought about it.
Is he going through like a mental breakdown or something?
No,
'Cause
well,
Everybody
I
that he
saw
talked
something-
about is probably
The
going
reason
through
why I
it, right?
thought I was bringing it up and I was hoping you had found out about it was because
Yeah.
in that interview he talks about how he heard some like either his parents or like a teacher say that knowledge is power.
Okay.
And then he started reading like 3,000 books a
He
year.
said he did that when he was like 7.
like 7
Oh,
or 8.
shit.
Seven.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was just saying like knowledge is power. Thanks for
knowledge is power.
Dude,
That's the only reason why.
Oh, okay.
dude, it's a 3-hour podcast. If you want to listen to that, I got an hour into it.
What
Who's it with?
happens? It's
the
with
host?
Shannon Sharp. She's an ex-NFL player
okay,
for the
okay.
Broncos and a
Yeah,
couple
yeah.
other teams.
Dude, the dichotomy between like their bodies is so funny.
Oh my God.
'Cause you
Shannon
see-
Sharp is
Shannon Sharp and Cat Williams.
dude. This man must be
Sharp
taking
just-
like the full load of TRT.
Oh my
like,
gosh.
all the TRT you can get. Like how
You don't
how
care.
old is
He's
he?
not playing.
I have no
He's
clue.
like
40s.
he's like 50.
He's in maybe late 40s.
Late
maybe.
40s, right? How do you look like that when you're
How does
in
Joe
your
Rogan
late
look like that?
I mean, Joe
He's on
Rogan doesn't
TRT.
look like that.
Well, no, that's
But,
because
yeah.
Joe's not 6'4" and a tight end for
Yeah,
the Broncos.
but you see
so,
the
Yeah.
the voluminous muscle bodies like pause.
all right, I'm gonna go
It's
with
crazy.
Shannon Sharp's taking a bit more dosage than Joe.
Yeah,
we'll go with that.
like Joe Rogan's muscles. Okay, they might be big, but they're not like.
Joe Rogan has
rounded.
like functional muscles. He doesn't have
Yeah,
like show
exactly.
muscles,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Google,
He's like
Google how
jujitsu
big
muscles.
Shannon Sharp is, because I think this is going to answer a question real quick. Because Joe's 6 feet.
No, Joe, he's like
5'8".
5'7".
Yeah.
Google how tall Shannon Sharp is, and you're going to see why we think he just.
Anyways, to give context, the Cat Williams thing was just
Oh, he's 55. Might be.
This guy is
Christ.
So,
55.
55.
Team All Diesel.
It's also
Yeah, no.
Holy shit.
bro.
He's all natty. all natural
fuck.
55-year-old.
No, yeah, this is crazy.
The second you're out of the NFL for
Goddamn.
20 years and you still look like that, nah.
I'm gonna have
You
to
can't
clip
even
that
compare.
image.
You can't even compare Joe Rogan to this.
Yeah.
like I respect
Same.
Joe Rogan, but you can't compare him to this
God, jeez,
aesthetic wise.
dude, that's nuts.
Wicked.
Now who's
So, yeah.
stronger?
Now
Probably
should
Joe
we
Rogan?
Google Cat Williams without a shirt and be like, oh, he's a
Do
pencil.
that. Do that. Do it.
leave that tab open. Cat Williams.
Oh fuck. No, he just went on there, and I don't know. I guess he had a chip on his shoulder.
No one saw that.
Cat
What
Williams.
the hell,
Oh my god.
bro? He's yoked.
Is that Cat Williams? That's not Cat Williams.
No, that's Cat Williams. Okay, I mean he's not terrible.
He's just skinny.
He's
How old,
just
is,
skinny.
how old is Cat? Go back to Google. Last thing. Because so Sharp's 55.
Cat?
Cat's got to be
Let's make
60.
guesses. He's got to be in his upper 50s.
52.
52.
Guess who
And
looks
he's
better?
5'5".
Okay, so Sharp maybe has a foot on him and 3 years older. Shit, Sharp's.
My
Sup,
boy
dog?
is,
Timo
yeah.
Diesel.
And you can
Jeez.
tell in that interview, like he's popping out of his fucking shirt. It's insane.
Yeah.
In every interview, he's popping out of his shirt.
Every TV show,
Every-
every time he's on ESPN.
In his suit, he's popping out of his suit. Like, it's nuts.
Do you think guys like that get suits tailored around the size of their bicep in the sense that it must taper like near the elbow?
Oh, yeah, probably.
Or is it can only be as small as his forearm. Just get his forearm through it.
That's nuts, though. Have you ever worn, like, a tight suit? Like, it feels kind of weird.
All my suits are tight suits.
Yeah, you're pretty
I have one
thin.
suit.
Oh, your suit's gonna be really tight now. You've put on 20 fucking pounds.
Dude.
I'm gonna look
The
sick.
shoulders are gonna
I'm look
rip
fucking
out.
sick.
Fuck.
I'm
Damn.
It's
pumped.
gonna be funny.
Man, see, you should. Everyone should just get big so that you can go buy a new suit.
Yeah. Moral of the
Lesson
story.
learned.
Yeah.
More. Maybe. Oh, fuck.
Get big.
Did you
Buy a
just
big
bop
suit.
yourself with the fucking mic? Did that spike your sound?
I don't know. No, it didn't. It
Well,
just
vice
hurt.
versa. Or if you're cutting like fucking crazy, go get a
Listen,
suit
if,
that
if you
fits.
take anything from this podcast, is
Alright.
get yoked, get big,
Just
drink whole
be
milk.
like Shannon
I
Sharp.
gotta be, yeah.
1%
Drink
fatter.
whole milk.
Just drink whole milk.
Be a 3.25 percenter. Boy.
Yeah.
Start a fucking
Dude,
farm.
imagine
should
that.
put
You're
that
fucking
on a shirt.
Yeah, you're tattooed.
3.2%.
3.25%.
Yeah.
A real one.
This is
Oh, that's
God,
funny.
like the real 325. Like that's all you call it. That'd be hilarious.
325.
Like, I do want to try to. I do want to try to do more.
T-shirt stuff.
Yeah, with White Lightning stuff. The beginning of this year to try to get into like cutting out some more vinyls and stuff on the Cricut and some iron-on stuff. Because one, I would like. I'm the only one with the fucking shirt, but this is because I did it before we did it together.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I've had these for 3 years now, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, and my
So-
fiance has like the actual
She's got a real shirt press. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
she does?
Yeah.
Yeah, she got an actual.
So it's a lot easier
we can
to
make some real,
actually do them.
real shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like white shirts from any store or whatever.
Dude,
There's
just
this-
go to Michael's and get
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
fucking
there's a
$5
place
shirts,
that's
be
called
fine.
the T-shirt store, and they
Where? Kissimmee?
it's like a big warehouse, and they sell T-shirts super
Just
cheap,
plain
all colors, all styles, V-necks.
that?
Like Gigi knows where it is. I gotta check.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah, we should go there.
that's where she gets her T-shirts.
Maybe
for,
I'll
like,
send us
projects and
maybe I'll
stuff.
send us a poll in our like group chat, like
Yeah.
who wants what color. Maybe we'll get a couple shirts to
That'd be
try.
cool. Yeah.
You can get like a black and white.
Something. I want to. I need to kind of f around on Photoshop again too. Is what I like to do. I know you want to try to do some of that with the thumbnail stuff. Like I want to be able to
Yeah.
do some more graphic ideas for us to see what we like.
Yeah.
I like doing that too.
I've it's been in my head, like just White Lightning logo and like
Yeah.
some sort of like cursive, like
Cursive.
just written out, like
Kind of a fancy font.
Yeah.
Like a proper shirt. Or
Okay.
I have also had the idea of like the like Kirkland retro like graphic colors.
Yeah.
Like a couple stamped like White Lightning logos or
yeah,
something.
that'd be
Yeah.
cool too.
Things like that.
That'd be cool.
I think those are fun, but I haven't spent the time to try to
Yeah.
figure that stuff out.
Yeah, I was just thinking about cursive because it's like cursive. I don't know if that matches our like business aesthetic. I don't know.
What
Definitely.
about
Not.
for us?
Cursive is like
I think that cursive W just looks pretty.
true. Yeah, that is true.
is a pretty
Everything
nice
in
look.
cursive looks
That
pretty.
I'm not gonna lie, the L looks good too because you've got like the double swoop
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's a nice flowy letter.
That's true.
That's it. It was just appealing to the eye.
I think we can convince Fazal cursive is our way to go. He
I
goes,
think
"Yeah, those letters are really
like-
nice. And be like,
They are pretty.
All we need now is to make the M look cool.
Pretty letters.
That is true.
You just flip the W and you're Gucci.
Poor man's M. Just
Flip W.
Yeah.
it's like, I like this graphic. And flip it up. Someone's like, how'd you write this? All fucked up. It's like, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Were you going somewhere with Cat Williams though? Definitely tangented.
He
No,
said,
literally, it
knowledge
was
is
just
power.
knowledge is
that's right,
power.
knowledge.
Knowledge is power.
3,000
So,
bucks a year, baby.
Yeah.
Apparently he was a prodigy. So
$10 a day, baby.
So we have our land as part of our knowledge now. We just need to turn it into reality.
Yeah.
We need to come up with 200 grand.
Basically.
the thing that I
Plus-
was talking to him about though is that
Yeah.
when it's lots, like you need like 50% down. It's not like a home loan where you can get away with like 3%. They won't give you that type of loan on land that has no value to it because the bank doesn't fucking want that.
Yeah.
They want a house. So
Yeah.
when there's no house on it, they don't get anything out of it.
Yeah.
So there are
That's
things
true.
that are like new construction loans.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have like a year to either start construction. And
Right.
then I read more this morning, I think on the way to work or at work.
You gotta
And-
have like all your blueprints and everything kind of in order.
Yeah, you got to
already.
start showing them
Yeah.
like this is what we're
Yeah.
going to do, and then they'll actually some loans will just give you out like dividends to pay for it as it goes, and then
right.
restructure it. So it's like they called it a construction to permanent loan. So it converts it from like, all right, it's now constructed, it's like reevaluated for what the house is. Here's what the house is worth, and then somehow that's the loan that you have to pay on it.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
is
It converts
interesting.
into like your regular
Like a
30-year
traditional,
mortgage.
yeah,
kinda
traditional
thing.
mortgage type.
Interesting.
I looked
Okay.
into that as well because of like my
Of your
parents'
property.
land. Yeah. Yeah. So it'll be really cool to do something like that.
Does your property have I know it's next to like utilities and stuff, but there's nothing hooked up to that, right?
Well, there's no standing structure, so probably not hooked up.
Yeah, but you're right next to the street.
Yeah.
so
I
it's
have
not
like a bunch
it's-
of leads just like in those green things.
Yeah, there might be like a
That's true.
what do you call that? Like a manhole
Yeah.
that has like all the termination points.
Yeah.
Probably that.
I just know
Yeah.
that's always like a huge startup cost to properties that don't have it.
Yeah, I think it's like 15 grand or something, like 8 grand
Yeah.
for
Damn.
breaking ground. And that brings all the utilities to like,
But is that
for
like you also
sewer,
get your slab
electricity.
and you get all that kind of stuff?
you don't get your slab.
No,
I think it's just
that's
the
them basically
utilities.
giving you access to the grid.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, your property access
Yeah.
to the grid.
Not
You know,
when,
that's the like the modern tax, I guess.
not when you make your own fucking grid,
I was
boys.
trying to
Let's go.
reference- Hell yeah. Like, but how do you like? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the whole thing about when I moved down to Florida. In Toronto, you don't have like septic tanks and like wells and stuff like that. So like when I saw
Because y'all
that,
living in the tundra.
because we live in that's a city. So
Just picturing all of Canada's rural. It's like, oh, it's like
yeah,
tundra.
you park your moose. Like,
Tap into the nearest tree for some maple syrup for breakfast. Ah, here we go. Pour it
Here we
on your
go,
fucking
eh?
pancakes.
Yo, why hasn't Canada made a car like that? The
Who? A
fucking
moose
moose.
car? Oh.
Yeah.
Canada,
you know how,
Canada don't make cars.
I know
Yeah.
I know it took a fucking crazy dictator to get the Volkswagen, you know? But
oh yeah.
Well, did you know that Ferdinand Porsche was already kind of working on a car like that?
really? The people's car?
And, yeah, and then World War II happened, and then the guy we're not supposed to talk about. I don't want to go on YouTube. I don't know, but
Yeah,
don't say that word.
I know.
But that guy was like, "Hey," and then made like a design contest, and then Porsche won. So then he picked Porsches. So he was they were already kind of doing stuff like that.
Okay.
That
Cool.
you remember the videos I told you they were like 30 minutes, and I was watching them at work, and it was like historical
Like
stuff
historic-
about
yeah,
car
yeah,
stuff. That's in there
that's
with the
one of
Porsche
those.
one. Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
And you can
That's
tell
sick.
they bleep out that word too.
They
all the
no
time
way.
now.
Really?
Yeah.
Adolf's last name. Yeah, they bleeped that one out.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
And that's
they're
a
getting
car.
tight.
That's a video about
nuts.
Porsche.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of words that you like if you
I've now noticed it so much since you pointed it out. There's
Yeah.
so many words that like
You just
they're
can't
being
say.
bleeped from everything because like we're gonna lose. YouTube's gonna be like, nope.
no money for you.
Damn, that's
take it down.
crazy. I know.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I never noticed that.
Yeah.
You will now. I
Yeah, I
promise
will
you.
now.
You will now.
Yeah,
You're gonna
yeah.
listen to something.
Yeah.
There's gonna be an empty spot, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I wonder. Oh, they said that. Yep.
Yeah.
Go on.
God damn.
Censorship.
What were you saying about Canada?
What was I saying about Canada? Oh yeah, no septic tanks and like
Yeah, no
and stuff
wells
like
and
that.
stuff.
So like when I saw that over here, that it's very common here for
Septic tanks.
people. Yeah, people for who build their own homes and stuff or have like large acreages, for them to do something like that. And I was like, damn, that's kind of like
Yeah.
old school. I don't know, but
Trying to
it's-
think of Arizona. I don't think there were. Many, I don't remember much, but there wasn't
Yeah.
as many septic tanks there.
right. Yeah,
So I think it's an environmental
yeah, I
reason
think
for
over
doing it.
here.
is that just a Florida thing?
I think it might be a Florida
Oh,
thing because
Maryland had them. I know a
Maryland?
bunch of Maryland places had them too.
Okay.
I'm thinking like, since there's so much water in the ground, maybe they just can't get
easy
like
access?
sewers in certain areas.
I think they don't want. I think the reason maybe not to do it would be if the city pipes break and it seeps. It's a city's problem. City's got to take care of it. If it's a septic tank on your property, you're responsible. You need to
that's a
make
good
sure,
point,
because if you're
Yeah.
leaking,
Yeah.
you're gonna get fined like fucking crazy
Yeah.
probably. Versus the city like, oh yeah, we have to come tear out your yard. It's like our pipe broke. You'd probably hate that too.
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
So I think Arizona also gets away with it because there's no natural disaster. There's nothing that happens in the ground, so
Okay.
that they can just plumb whatever they want to. Nothing happens. There's no water table left. So they're not.
Yeah.
It's not going to seep into anything.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. But no, after that, after I moved here, I was like, that's kind of good.
Yeah, I mean,
The
Storing all my shit.
my neighbor, there on our right, I don't know, I think he has a well. Yeah, he has a well because for a while his all his fucking sprinklers, like the water just smelled like ass.
Oh,
And then he bought a bunch of solar panels and put them up himself.
damn.
So this meant
Yeah.
like my neighbor's for sure living off the grid.
When's he coming on the podcast?
He's the one that has the P100D.
Oh,
When's he coming on the podcast?
I don't
Because all
know.
over here like,
Damn.
can I drive your P100?
please, please.
Please let me drive. Too bad it's not the guy with the S2000.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Dude, I watched it.
S2000.
I don't know how long ago. I heard, I was listening to a guy last
Yeah.
night, and it's like it's Instagram's like maybe track mindset only or something like that. But
Okay.
he's like, I'm gonna piss off all the S2K guys right now. It's like, your car's only good because it makes more than 40 horsepower than a Miata. Because if the Miata made 200 horsepower, none of you guys would get S2Ks. And he's got a point, because I have heard horror stories. S2Ks also kind of drive on like a knife edge.
Oh yeah.
Miata, you can throw it into a corner as hard as you fucking want to, and nothing happens. Also because it has like 100 horsepower.
Yeah.
But the guy's basically saying like, if you had a 200 horsepower Miata, you're fine. Like more people it wouldn't get so under the rug and people glorify the S2K. And to his credit, he's like, the car's still great. S2K
Yeah.
is still an amazing car for what it is and what it's done for car world.
Yeah.
But he's like, if the Miata had the same horsepower, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. I was like, dude, that's funny.
Yeah, it's tough because that's like on paper, right? But it's like the styling of the S2000 is way superior.
This is a track mindset only page.
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
And that's what I'm
okay.
saying. Like,
styling wise, yeah, the S2K can literally.
If you're-
Miata can go hide in a hole. Yeah, I don't
yeah,
care
if you're
about
only
the
looking at
looks of Miata.
wheelbase, horsepower, and then
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Okay,
downforce,
so
like,
if this is track only, is there any benefit to higher RPM?
Yeah,
Right.
longer gear ratios.
that's probably a
longer
better.
revs. Yeah, well,
So S2K is probably better.
yes.
If
Once
you're
you've
saying
developed
all
yourself
else
as a
is-
driver,
yeah.
S2K is definitely a better car than a Miata.
and that's and then you
Even
also
if
get
they
into
were
the
at the
weeds of
same
that
horsepower.
argument as well.
Even if they were at the same horsepower level,
I think
same horsepower engine, but it revs higher.
yeah, we're gonna go down a rabbit hole because now you can start talking about who's got longer gears. Because your RPMs are only good on a certain track if you can rev it that far
Right.
before you need to downshift or shift to another gear.
So maybe you could go for a bigger track in the S2K versus
It's got
in a
more-
Miata. Something
It's got more straightaways, like more area to be flat.
just like generally longer. Takes more longer. Takes more time to complete the track. Like
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I would say VIR is a good example of a
Yeah.
S2K would probably be a better car to have than
Right.
an equally horsepowered Miata.
yeah.
On
Okay.
similar tires, similar this, similar that, everything else. Like, all right, so yeah, then your loophole or your argument has to be, what are you comparing?
Right.
Lap time.
Just lap
So
time?
is it the same tires, same brakes, same weight, same
Same-
driver, same amount of gears, same gear ratio? Like, what is different? Is it the suspension? Is
true.
it the fact that it revs from stops at 7,000, revs to like 9,000?
Yeah.
And so you're just like, all right, I can rev longer. It's like, all right, well, if I gear my Miata different,
Yeah.
I'm going to get to that same mile an hour, maybe that the S2K can get to,
Yeah.
because it can rev longer.
Right.
Maybe it's got a wider power band or better torque. And
Yeah,
And
so
that's
you
why
can't.
no one's ever
You
done
can't really.
so it'll never fucking happen.
Yeah, you can't really pick
Every
one
car
thing.
argument is invalid.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's why the ultimate car argument is the Top Gear test track, and you guys should shut up. That's it.
Whichever one's faster on that little magnet strip.
Yeah, 100%.
It's your winner.
That's true.
That's it.
That's true.
Dude, that show was so awesome.
That was so cool.
Yeah, way to go, BBC.
You can't create
fucking
it again.
idiots.
No.
They
Yeah.
tried really fucking hard and failed.
Yeah.
I liked the American one for a couple episodes.
I'm
Oh,
strictly
American
talking
one.
about British
I'm
one,
talking
yeah.
about the Prime, Amazon Prime Video one.
Oh, Grand
The
Tour.
Grand Tour.
Grand Tour.
Yeah.
Season 2 was
I think-
really hard to watch.
Yeah,
They-
I think the first season was bearable.
They got it on the 3rd season, but then that was the it. That was the end. So then
Okay.
it was,
I think I watched season 1 and 2. I didn't watch 3.
3 is less gimmicky of
Okay.
things like, our guest died on the way to the show.
Oh,
Look, he crashed. His car blew up.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Anyways.
Anyways,
Yeah. They don't do that on the 3rd season.
Oh,
so it's,
that's funny.
yeah,
Okay,
it's
okay.
just more of a,
Shit.
it's more like Top Gear.
Okay.
So that's where I've listened to a video and guys were butthurt because it was like 3rd season, they figured it out on Prime.
Yeah.
And then they stopped doing, they just do the specials.
Damn.
I think I might
Damn
just
it.
skip to season 3 then.
Yeah. I don't even really watch the other two.
Yeah.
Probably not that big of a deal.
That's crazy.
All right.
Damn.
You wanna wrap it up?
Yeah.
Disrespectful. You
I
can't
need
get
it.
tired of this
Yeah, I
shit.
needed a rain.
You never asked. I
Sorry.
volunteered. You said
It's
no.
too late. I won't sleep if I drink
I know
any.
now it's too late. We're done with the podcast.
we should actually look into that, I think.
Getting
the
an
idea of
S2000 and a
getting
Miata?
a piece of
Oh. Turn into a
Going
go-kart track?
homestead?
Yes.
I mean, when you have 10 acres, you can do anything.
10 acres
True.
and no HOA. If you
Yeah.
open the go-kart track up to the neighborhood people,
No one's
no one's going to care. It's
yeah.
fine.
You're gonna be the coolest dad.
Yo, do you live
Coolest
here?
cat
It's
on
like,
the street.
Yeah.
No, I just made it a racetrack.
Sick.
All right, last thing. When you're driving to my house,
Okay.
there's a house that you drive by that is kind of like that. It's a long strip of land, but they probably have like 5 acres, and they have a house there.
Yeah.
And when I was growing up, I think the kid must have been like similar age to me.
Okay.
And he got into like, I don't know, like motocross.
Oh, okay.
And then one day a bunch of dirt shows up, and then the other day there's a bunch of jumps.
God damn it. It's so
And then
What
like
the
one
hell?
day another day we're driving by and we just
Yeah.
see them like
fucking dirt bike
No
jumping
way. Are
in
you
the
serious?
yeah.
Damn.
And now
HOAs are the
wonder-
worst.
hey, guess what? Now that guy has a house farther down on the piece of land.
He does.
Yeah. So now there's 2 houses on that plot of land.
Damn.
Anyways, see you guys next time.
That's great.
Thanks for listening to the.
Signing out. Everyone should buy big pieces of property.
Yeah.
What
we should all
were
be
we gonna call this?
self-sufficient.
The Lightning Podcast?
Lightning Cast.
Lightning Cast.
Lightning Cast.
Lightning Cast episode 2.
Lightning Cast episode 2. That concludes it.
Do we need to have a ka-chow, like a fucking Lightning McQueen type
I'll
shit
have
to
like
close
a-
this out? A little lightning bolt thing? Yeah, do that. Do that and then roll
And then,
credits.
yeah, exactly.
Special thanks today to Arnaldo Donofrio.
To our-
Real fast guy.
Bye.
Yeah.